Hello friends, it's me Needu. Welcome to my channel Helping Hand for Nurses. In this video, I am dealing with the topic Nursing Research and Statistics Part 3, which includes 20 important MCQs with rationale. If you have not watched Part 1 and Part 2, I will provide you with the link at the end of the video. So please watch the video till the end. If you like this video, please like it, share it and subscribe it, and also click the bell icon so that you will get notifications in future. So let's get into the video. First question, the importance of research in nursing is to provide options A. Quality nursing care, B. Comprehensive nursing care, C. Evidence-based nursing care, D. Individualized nursing care. Answer is C. Evidence-based nursing care. So the importance of research in nursing is to provide evidence-based nursing care. Next question. While conducting research study on the patients, all of the following should be considered except options A. Informed consent, B. Confidentiality, C. Freedom from harm, D. Ensure participation. Answer is D. Ensure participation. So while conducting research study, the researcher has to take informed consent from the participants, and also they should maintain confidentiality, and also they should not do harm to the participants. The researcher does not have any right to force the participants or the patients to participate in the study. So in this question, ensure participation is the right answer. Next question. Characteristics of a well-stated hypothesis are all except. Options A. It is testable. B. It is logical. C. It states no relationship. D. It is related to research problem. Answer is C. It states no relationship. So the characteristics of a well-stated hypothesis are testability, conceptual clarity, relevance that is relevant to the research problem, and specificity, and it indicates the relationship between the variables. Next question. Blueprint plan of research study is known as options A. Research design, B. Sampling, C. Hypothesis, D. Assumption. Answer is A. Research design. So the blueprint plan of research study is known as research design. Detailed explanations of sampling, hypothesis, and assumption have been given in the previous videos. Please watch those videos so you will get an idea regarding these things. Next question. The type of research focused on finding a solution to an immediate practical problem is termed as. Once again, the question is the type of research focused on finding a solution to an immediate practical problem is termed as. Options A. Basic research, B. Applied research, C. Explanatory research, D. Descriptive research. Answer is B. Applied research. So the type of research focused on finding a solution to an immediate practical problem is termed as applied research. So based on purpose, the research is divided into two, that is applied research and basic research. Applied research, it is mainly concerned with finding a solution for an immediate problem facing a society or an individual or business organizations. Applied research, it is dealing with finding a solution for an immediate problem facing by a society or by an individual or a business organization. Coming to the basic research, it is concerned with generalizations and with the formulation of theory. Basic research is concerned with generalizations and with the formulation of theory. That is, it is performed without a specific problem in the mind. So the main difference is that applied research is performed for functional purpose and practical use, and basic research is performed without a specific problem. Next question. Which among the following is a characteristic of qualitative research? Options A. Deductive process, B. Control over the context, C. Fixed research design, D. Inductive process. Answer is D. Inductive process. So the deductive process is a characteristic of quantitative research, and in qualitative research there is no control over the context and there is no fixed research design. Usually the research design of the qualitative research is an emergent design. So the problem in the qualitative research are inductive, which means it constantly reformed during the course of study. Whereas in quantitative research, the problem are deductive, which means it does not change during the course of the study. Characteristics of qualitative research study includes first one, natural setting. The qualitative research studies are usually conducting in a natural setting. The researcher collect data where the participants experience the issue under study. Second characteristic is emergent design. The research design in qualitative research study evolves during the course of the study. Next characteristic is participants' meaning. The main focus is on learning the meaning that the participants hold about the research topic. The main focus is on learning the meaning that the participants hold about the research topic. Next characteristic is holistic. The main aim is to develop a complex picture of the issue under study. The main aim is to develop a complex picture of the issue under study. Next character is a researcher as a key instrument. That is, in qualitative research studies, a researcher have to collect the data by himself or herself. That is, there need an intensive engagement by the researcher, or it may be some personal experiences. Next characteristic is reflexivity. In qualitative research studies, the researchers share everything about themselves, like their background and their purpose of research, with the participants. Reflexivity also makes them participate in the research openly and willingly. Next characteristic is multiple methods. In qualitative research studies, there is no specific research method. The researcher is using multiple methods throughout the study. Next characteristic is follow ongoing analysis. That is, analysis is carried out throughout the study. In qualitative research study, the researcher starts with answers and the questions are formulated throughout the study. Hypotheses and theories can continuously change depending on what the observer wants to know. And it includes an ongoing analysis. That is, analysis is a continuous process that is carried out throughout the study. And it is known as an inductive process. Next question. A true experimental design in research is characterized by following properties except options A. Randomization, B. Manipulation, C. Hawthorne effect, D. Control. Answer is C. Hawthorne effect. So, a true experimental design in research is characterized by randomization, manipulation, and control. Next question. Treatment in experimental research refers to options A. Research hypothesis, B. Intervention, C. Dependent variable, D. Randomization. Answer is B. Intervention. So the treatment in experimental research refers to intervention. Next question. Collecting data from a sample to determine the characteristics of population is the purpose of which type of research? Options A. Correlational research, B. Survey, C. Methodological, D. Quasi-experimental. Answer is B. Survey. So collecting data from a sample to determine the characteristics of population is the purpose of survey research. Multi-stage sampling is also known as options A. Systematic random sampling, B. Cluster sampling, C. Stratified sampling, D. Simple random sampling. Answer is B. Cluster sampling. So multi-stage sampling is also known as cluster sampling, which is a probability sampling. Next question. The sampling technique where the research participants help to identify other research participants refers to. Once again, the sampling technique where the research participants help to identify other research participants refers to. Options A. Cluster sampling, B. Purposive sampling, C. Snowball sampling, D. Quota sampling. Answer is C. Snowball sampling, which is a non-probability sampling. Next question. Questionnaire is A. Options A. Research method, B. Measurement technique, C. Tools for data collection, then D. Data analysis. Answer is C. Tool for data collection. So questionnaire is a tool for data collection. Next question. The most reliable method of data collection. Options A. Self-report, B. Biophysiologic measures, C. Concealed observation, D. Focused group discussion. Answer is B. Biophysiologic measures. So the most reliable method of data collection is a biophysiologic measures. Biophysiologic measures, it is a use of biophysiologic and physical variables that require specialized technical instruments and equipment for their measurement. Biophysiologic measures are the use of biophysiologic and physical variables that require specialized technical instruments and equipment for their measurement. It is of two types, that is in vivo measures and in vitro measures. In vivo measures are performed directly within or on living organisms. Example, blood flow determination through radiography. In vitro measures are those data that are gathered by extracting some biophysiologic materials and subjects it to laboratory analysis. For example, chemical, microbiologic, cytological or histologic measures. That is, most of the laboratory tests are examples for in vitro measures. Next question. Most of the research articles which appear in medical journals are examples of options A. Primary source, B. Secondary source, C. External source, D. Tertiary source. Answer is A. Primary source. So most of the research articles which appear in medical journals are examples of primary source. So sources of literature review can be classified into two, that is primary source and secondary source. Primary sources are those which are usually written by the person who did the research or who has conducted the study. Secondary source, it is a description of a study prepared someone other than the researcher. So primary sources are usually written by the person who did the research or who conducted the study. Secondary sources are the descriptions of a study prepared someone other than the researcher. Next question. Small scale version of the main research study which is conducted as a trial run. Options A. Mock exercise, B. Pilot study, C. Validating the study, D. Analytical study. Answer is B. Pilot study. So the small scale version of the main research study which is conducted as a trial run, it is a pilot study. Pilot study is usually carried out in order to confirm the feasibility of the study. Next question. A process in which multiple references are used to draw conclusions about the existing truth is options A. Error measurement, B. Factor analysis, C. Item analysis, D. Triangulation. Answer is D. Triangulation. So a process in which multiple references are used to draw conclusions about the existing truth is triangulation. That is, it is the use of two or more theories, methods, data sources, investigator and analysis method in a study. Next question. The conclusions of a study are based on options A. Findings of the study, B. Review of literature, C. Implications of the study, D. Generalization of the findings. Answer is A. Findings of the study. So the conclusions of a study are based on findings of the study. Next question. The restrictions that the nurse researcher places on the study before gathering data are called options A. Assumptions, B. Statistics, C. Delimitation, D. Limitation. Answer is C. Delimitation. So the restrictions that the nurse researcher places on the study before gathering data are called delimitation. Delimitations are boundaries set before starting the study to clearly define the scope of the study. And examples for delimitations, it include objectives, research questions, research variables, theoretical objectives, etc. And limitations are the influences that the researcher cannot control. And common methodological limitations are issues with the sample and sample selection, insufficient sample size, lack of previous research studies on the topic, limited access to data, time constraints, etc. Next question. Analysis and interpretation of data comes in the phase is. Options: A. Assessment phase, B. Diagnosis phase, C. Evaluation phase, D. Planning phase. Answer is C. Evaluation phase. So analysis and interpretation of data comes in the evaluation phase. Next question. You have been asked to formulate a research question using the PICO format. Which one of the following is correct? Options: A. P stands for protocol, B. I stands for individual, C stands for comparison, D. O stands for opportunity. Answer is C. C stands for comparison. PICO process is a technique used in evidence-based practice to frame and answer a clinical or healthcare related question. PICO process is a technique used in evidence-based practice to frame and answer a clinical or healthcare related question. It is also used to develop literature research strategies. PICO acronym stands for P for patient, problem or population, I for intervention, C for comparison, control or comparator, O for outcome. First one, P, that is patient or problem or population, that is describing the problem or describing patients, a group of patients, or describing the population. I is for intervention, that is what main intervention is considering. C for comparison, control or comparator, that is there an alternative to compare with the intervention. O for outcome, that is what is to accomplish, measure, improve or affect. So friends, these are the 20 important MCQs with rational. If you like this video, please like it, share it and subscribe it, and also click the bell icon so that you will get notifications if I am uploading new videos.